Hey guys, so in this video I'm going over how do you decide how much to spend on advertising for your Amazon vendor account. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Benjamin Bolshinsky. I used to work at Amazon in the retail team for around 2.5 years, and now I run a company called Vendor Launch where we work with Amazon vendors to grow their purchase orders. So without further ado, as a supplier, you've got a marketing budget that you have to spend, and so you have to determine where that money goes. Your marketing strategy on Amazon will be completely different to your marketing strategy with your other retailers. And so on Amazon, as a vendor, you really have two main levers to grow your business. The first is advertising, also called paid search, sponsored products, PPC. And then the other is running your product promotions and discounts. So they're kind of two categories, two levers that you have with your Amazon vendor account. Now, you obviously have a vendor manager, a category buyer, category manager. I mean, this doesn't even apply to just Amazon. This applies to retail media in general. You've got a category manager or a buyer who influences what products and how much products that the retailer will order. And so when you invest in product promotions, discounts, your 30% offs, that money, that funding does go directly into your vendor manager or your category manager or your buyer. It goes and it hits their P&L, right? Whereas with advertising, paid search, in most cases that money does not hit your vendor manager or your category manager buyer's P&L. So really you have to understand where everyone's incentives lie. And so, for example, if you're a vendor manager or a category manager, you might be more incentivized to get a supplier to invest more in product promotions and discounts than you would be to invest in advertising. So to summarize, when you invest in advertising, this does not hit your Amazon vendor manager's P&L. It's a completely separate business unit, retail media, advertising. Whereas when you invest in Amazon promotions, discounts, this does hit your vendor manager's P&L. Therefore, your Amazon category manager, your buyer, vendor manager, all means the same thing, is incentivized to grow the sales of products with more profitable margins, right? They have two, at least in Amazon, your vendor manager has two KPIs, top line sales figure and also a bottom line profitability figure. Two KPIs for your account. And so, generally speaking, more profitable products, your Amazon category manager will more likely to grow those products. And so, the question is, should you then dedicate 100% of your marketing spend to promotions? Well, the short answer is, it depends. It depends on your goals, your product mix, relationship with your vendor manager, current advertising costs, and a whole range of other factors. It will depend, it will be different for every supplier. As a broad rule of thumb, the way I kind of analyze this is I look at what are we trying to achieve here. If you have a product and you want to drive more traffic, more sales to that product, you 100% want to increase your advertising spend, right? You just want to drive more eyeballs. Your vendor manager really won't drive more impressions, clicks, or eyeballs to your products. So that's where advertising, specifically sponsored products, is the lever that will help drive more traffic to your products. Whereas if you've already got a product that's established and that has sufficient traffic, people already know about it, it's discoverable, it's not new, and you want to increase conversions, so you want to increase the proportion of sales that you get once the customer has already landed on that product page, then that's where promotions, discounts will come in. They're more targeted towards increasing the conversion rate, in my opinion. So, for example, you have your deal events like Prime Day, Black Friday, Boxing Day. During those deal events, it 100% makes sense to invest in promotions and discounts because there's a whole bunch of traffic on the website, and you want to increase the proportion of traffic that then converts to a sale for your products. And so when your product page displays a 40% or 50% of price discount, it 100% will increase your conversion rates. So that's kind of how I look at promotions and discounts versus advertising. Again, to summarize, they're two completely separate business units at Amazon. And so you really have to understand when you're making this decision for your vendor business, you have to understand where that money is going and whose pocket it's hitting. And so hopefully that this video helps with that. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment, and I'll do my best to respond. Thank you. Bye.